Hey guys, welcome to Offshoot Comics Off Topic. We're your hosts, Kirby Kid.
And Black Superman.
Also known as David Clark.
And Walter Bryant.
And today we're talking about Supergirl, Episode 1. The leaked version.
Yeah, okay, so there's a leak, and it's national news, so we're not going to get in trouble for mentioning this or anything. It's out there, Supergirl, Episode 1, and we were right. The 7-minute trailer was the entire episode.
Whole thing. There are no surprises. If you have seen just the trailer, you have seen the entirety of Episode 1. It's not good. Like, if you were trying to do a good Supergirl, this would be the exact opposite of that.
There was better music.
Yeah, they took out the horrible...
They took out the Dawson's Creek music and put in actual superhero music. But aside from that, yeah, it was... What was that chick's name from Clueless? Elle? Was that her name? Like the white chick Alicia Silverstone plays?
No, I don't remember.
Whatever. Anyway, if you've seen the movie Clueless, is that white chick from Clueless with superpowers. That's it. That's what this show is.
They rush through a lot of stuff too. You know, she wants to save her sister who's on this plane that gets bombed or whatever, and then she just rushes out there with no covering on her face, which is dumb for someone who moves as fast as her. You can find something to wear, but that's besides the point. She's like, I don't know if I can fly. I haven't done it in so long. You don't forget something like that. But anyways, so she jumps out there. Then she has trouble pushing the plane, which Superman would never have problems with.
He just kind of catches in flight.
He just does it, yeah. And then she just stands there in a spotlight, and people are taking pictures of her, and she's like, yeah, this is such a good idea. There are no downtimes to what I'm doing right now. And then...
Okay, first off, more people know who she is than Spider-Man.
In the first 5 minutes.
Like, everybody knows who she is. The only person who doesn't know she's Supergirl is her boss. And the only reason her boss doesn't know is because her boss is so stuck up she doesn't care.
Yeah. And, like, she doesn't even try to keep a secret. Like, she's so desperate for attention and being validated that she takes this one guy who tried to hit on her up to the roof, and she's like, I'm her! And then flies. By the way, she jumps off a building and then flies up in broad daylight in LA. So there's that.
And everybody, like anybody. Okay. Some of you who have never been to LA, there are newscopters in the air all the time.
Yeah.
Everywhere. All the time.
She just fine. And then they decide to go make her a costume, and they go through all the old Supergirl costumes or whatever.
Which, by the way, are all better than the one that she chooses.
Yeah, but it's like they got all this material for it, and they just made it just off the bat. And then she just goes out into broad daylight, stopping crime, and she didn't know she was bulletproof. That was... I mean, if your cousin and every Kryptonian ever was bulletproof, why are you wondering about that?
Yeah, okay, now, again, this has been... She says Superman's been in the spotlight for years by this point.
Yeah,
right?
a while.
Okay, so she knows he's bulletproof, fireproof, fought General Zod a couple of years ago.
And you're related! So, logic dictates. But anyways, she tries to stop a car chase. She runs into a like an embankment or something, which I can see you not being used to flying. Okay, I give her. I'm okay with that. The scene where she fights the bank robbers was cool. I was hoping that would be more than that, but no. What you saw in the trailer of her fighting the bank robbers, that was that entire scene.
Yeah, it really was.
Then after that, she's flying to go stop another crime at night and gets sniped by 2 Kryptonian or kryptonite vials, which she didn't hear everything, and she couldn't hear those.
I don't know. Like I was telling you before, I don't know so much she didn't hear them. I think she wasn't afraid of them, and then they hit her, and she was like, "Oh, this sucks," and it falls out of the sky.
But don't most Kryptonians, when they get hit with kryptonite, they still have a few seconds of powers or of their senses about them at least?
Superman does.
Yeah,
like Superman. Okay. One of the things that I figured out about Superman is that, at least in the beginning, kryptonite is more mental for him than it actually is physical. It hurts, but he can fight through it and do stuff. He can pick it up and toss it. He can, like he picked up a chunk of kryptonite and punched Supergirl in the face with it once.
Dang.
This actually happened. She had been brainwashed by Darkseid, so he picks up a chunk of kryptonite and slaps her in the face. Knocks her out. Yeah, sorry. Superman is not the Boy Scout everybody paints him to be. Anyway.
And she gets captured by this group that's not Argus. It's like some new thing that I've never heard of. And they're like, yeah, we formed because of you.
Yeah.
And we have this ship that you were captured with as a baby. And instead of, training you from the get-go, we decided to just leave you alone.
Which, by the way, okay. Superman brought her and her ship to some people to raise her. When the ship disappears, because you gotta believe he's gonna be flying by and making sure his cousin's okay. So when the ship disappeared, he didn't think to stop and ask him what the heck happened.
Don't think he ever checked back in with her. I think he just dropped her off and was like, "Cool, Superman."
Well, I mean, she can't be physically abused.
No, if she, well, yeah. I mean, so she's okay.
Yeah,
but it's like he is the worst person to have in your family ever.
No, he's not.
He doesn't check in with Supergirl. He hates Superboy. He killed his wife and child.
That was also only that he was tricked into.
No,
that.
I'm counting that. He's a horrible person to have in your family.
But real quick though, he will kill you though. He will kill you. So,
and the new group, the whatever group, they're like, we don't need you, and we're fine. And it's like, yeah, they really are, because they stopped you pretty easily. And apparently Kryptonians are well known enough that everyone just has, hey, we just have kryptonite. Yeah, we just have it. It's just on hand, I guess.
Apparently.
And then she goes fights this dude who I don't know who he was. I don't even really care because I think he's dead.
He was made up for the show, and yeah, he dies at the end.
Yeah, so he fights Supergirl, and he's able to cut her arm, and she's like, "What?" And she turns around, she's like looking around, like, "I got cut on my arm," and then she gets beat up, and then she's like, "I can't do this." Like she gets saved by humans, and then she's like, "I can't do this." Woman, you got cut once and thrown around through some buildings that really, let's be honest, did not hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Now, if we watch pretty much any other female superhero ever on any TV show, any cartoon, I've seen like Wonder Woman get a sword shoved through her stomach. They pull it out, she's bleeding, and she's like, "Kal-El, quick, before I die, throw me over there so I can punch that guy in the face."
Yeah. It's like, let me get one more looking. Or like even when she gets ice cream epically. Pulls out a sword. Let's have ice cream. It's like, what?
Yeah. Supergirl's like, oh my arm. It's so
don't forget, Supergirl and Batman, Superman Apocalypse fought Darkseid. She threw him into his own lasers.
Yeah, she did.
And it's just like, what? Why did you get that Supergirl and put her into this show? Because I'd watch that Supergirl. This Supergirl is awful. She's Felicity Smoke, with the same glasses, except with less of a backbone and not nearly as smart.
Oh God, she is.
Yes,
that's terrible.
And then she's all complaining about the name Supergirl or whatever. Like, should we call her Superwoman? First of all, that girl looked young. Second of all, if you have a problem with it, change it because you're her.
Yeah,
it's
like so Supergirl. My name's not Supergirl. It's Superwoman. Okay, there. Now it's done.
I didn't like it. It wasn't good. It felt really fast and forced, and they tried to cram in all things like up and away, and your city will save, and just go fly in broad daylight. It's okay. You'll be fine.
They actually said that at the end of the episode. Yeah, they're like, yeah, shouldn't you be like patrolling the city right now? Just go fly around.
Just fine. Just go out there.
Jimmy has to save her job.
No training whatsoever. Also, why is there so much female-centric talk? Like, it's not a bad thing. It's just no one talks like that. Like when there's a part when the dude with the axe is in the coffee shop or whatever, and he's like, "Can I have some more coffee?" And the waitress is like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's just a female superhero. It's such a good role model for my daughter." No one speaks like that. I have never heard someone use the word role model in normal conversation.
I have. Charles Barkley. I am not a role model. He did. So, but
it just, and then when she fought the axe guy, he's like, "On my planet, women bow before men." They never say that. No one says that because in space, that's not how it is.
Well, first off, when you don't fear something, or when you don't respect something, you don't feel the need to tell them you don't fear them or respect them. You just deal with them.
They're trying too hard to be a pro-feminist show. And it's only going to get worse from here. You know this.
This is called pandering.
Yes. She shouldn't be worried. It's like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman does not worry about people being sexist, or she just does what she does. If you cross her, she murders you.
Oh yeah, look, perfect example. There is an issue of Wonder Woman comic book where a woman walks up and goes, "Don't you think that you're setting a bad example fighting crime in a bikini?" And she turns around and looks at her and goes, "I can kill all of them in my bikini." That's it. That is her answer. I will win. I don't care what you think about my outfit. Get over yourself. But I almost guarantee you that the first episode was written by a woman. I'll guarantee you the first 3 episodes were written by a woman.
From what I heard, I think a third of their writing team is a woman. And by third, I mean there's 3 people and one of them is a woman. That's what I've heard. I don't know who controls how much of what in the writing room, but that's what I've heard.
This show, if it lives long enough to get good, will not be good until they find writers who don't care that it's Supergirl.
Just a superhero.
Just a superhero. As long as you are writing a superhero, and okay, fine, she's a chick, so if you want to give her a romantic interest and you want her to be with Jimmy, then so be it. Then she gets some romantic stuff with Jimmy. But as long as you write her as a superhero first,
then it'll work.
It'll work.
Because someone who has known their whole life who they are exactly and knew what they could do, it doesn't make sense for her to have this little of a backbone. It just doesn't. I mean, like Clark took stuff, but he always thinks like, you don't even know right now, Yeah, but she takes it like it's just like if she had gotten fired, she'd be like, oh, I'm fired. No,
Jimmy had to save her job. Jimmy saved her job, bro.
Yeah,
saved it.
And they got a clear shot of her, and her boss can't tell looking at the picture and her at the same time. Those glasses are just amazing. She was shot the same place Superman shops at.
And okay, I'm sort of willing to suspend my disbelief for a little bit that Superman decided to just wear glasses for some reason, even though he was never, he never needed them. Mm-hmm. She's walking around wearing glasses. Okay, Superman is her cousin. Nobody knows who the heck she is. And she, as far as I know, until that day, had never considered being a superhero. As a matter of fact, she had spent her entire life trying to be normal. So why is she wearing glasses to begin with?
I don't know. And I don't know where she got bulletproof clothing from in the beginning.
Oh, the bulletproof clothing thing happens to be when they're wearing tights. This is the reason why Superman wears something tight.
Oh, it's the
field? It's against their skin, so it's bulletproof because it's against their skin.
Close enough.
Yeah.
So if they were to hold a person, that person become bulletproof?
No.
Oh, just the part of the skin that they're touching?
Yeah, well, no, not even the part of the skin that they're touching. It has to be something really, really thin, and it gets within their aura of their.
So it bounces off the aura.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's what makes their clothing invulnerable, which is why the clothing is invulnerable, but the cape rips up.
Right, because it's not close enough. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. But it wasn't good. I mean, she had to be saved by the not Argus people, and then it's like they just went back. They went from being, we don't want her to, okay, we'll work with her, and then
in the same sentence.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, she can't do it, and then her sister's like, why? Because she's a girl, and it's like, no one said that. We said she can't do it because it's day one. We saw what happened day one with Superman.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, she also got pimp slapped by the same guy like an hour ago. Yeah.
And it's like, it has nothing to do with her being a girl. She's Kryptonian. I would even say being Kryptonian negates your gender because you can lift the truck by accident. It's just.
By the way, I have never ever seen a higher up in any military. Okay, if you had said to Amanda Waller what Supergirl's sister said to this guy, you'd be dead. If you said it to Nick Fury, you're at least fired, but you're probably dead. She says, why? Because she's a girl? I'm telling you, let her do it. And he goes, okay, don't lose. No! I'm firing you. I'm getting rid of you now because your sister is in my face.
And it's hard to put into words. The feel of everything was bad. It was very rushed and bad. And let's be honest, it only leaked because CBS is trying to figure out if people like the show, because it leaked in super high def. Mm-hmm. There's a story in, I think it's in BusinessInsider.com, where they said Supergirl leaked. expected to have 250 million downloads in 4 hours. It's like, when you have that many kind of like, that much mainstream acceptance of a link, that means it came from CBS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if it was,
or Warner Brothers.
Or Warner Brothers. Because if it was stolen, we would have never heard about that much.
And also, we'd be hearing about the person getting arrested right now.
Right. And it would have been a cam. Someone would have played it and been like, you know, like be recording it or whatever. And so CBS does not have faith in the show, because I have never seen a trailer or a pilot leak 6 months early.
Yeah, they're taking their chances here. They're going, okay, either this works, or if we're going to keep this show, because superhero shows are big right now. So if we're going to keep this show, if this sucks, we need to put out a different version of the same show. We're telling you, this sucks. They're filming
right now, because I was telling some of my female friends about this, and they were saying, but I just want a superhero female to be on TV. No, you don't. You want a good female superhero, because if you have a bad one, then that becomes a case for why you shouldn't have it. Like, for example, if you saw the Black Widow SNL parody of a Black Widow movie,
which is basically what the show
is exactly that show. It is exactly that. It was bad. And it sucks. And I've shown people the trailer. Like, I showed my 7-year-old nephew the 7-minute trailer. He fell asleep halfway through it.
We showed your sister, and she left. She didn't finish it. She was like, it's like 4 minutes in. She's like, no, I'm done.
Yeah. Like, that's enough trailer for me. You know. And then I have female friends who are like, no, it's a good show. It's good for feminists. And then I showed them the trailer, and they're like, I'm good. I'm okay.
I sat down. I talked with my cousin's girlfriend, who is basically the biggest female comic book nerd that I know. And as I was explaining to her how this show worked, she was just like, "Oh, okay. Get Xena, give her Supergirl's powers. Do that. I'm all for that." Xena was awesome, and Xena, I mean, she was strong, but she ain't Supergirl. So you give Xena with that attitude, Supergirl's power. Oh,
Xena's fantastic.
Yes. And yeah, everything about Xena.
Buffy, you can even go like a Buffy kind of route. Get Joss Whedon in on this.
Yeah,
but they went. I don't even. You know, right. The main character from Clueless with an S on her chest.
Yeah,
that's basically what they did.
If this was a after-school show on Nickelodeon, from like it comes on like 3:00, this actually might be an okay show, because you know now you're aiming for like girls 8 to 14.
Right.
Okay, this might be an okay show for a girl 8 to 14. But you're putting this on prime time, where adults are watching, where the guys who are watching gonna want to see her not be a punk, and probably do a few other things that guys want to see women do.
Mm-hmm.
And the women who are watching this show are going to want to see her not be a punk, and do a few things that women also want to see women do, but they want to see her on top.
Right.
So this ain't gonna work. This show probably isn't going. If it does make it to the air like it is right now, it won't stay this. It can't, because if it stays this, it's going to make like 3 episodes and it's going to go off.
I think it's already doomed for cancellation, because people now who've seen the trailer, I mean the episode, I think it's already ruined in their eyes. Because they're not going to want to waste their time. Because they won't tune in episode 1 because they've already seen it. Mm-hmm. And they're going to forget about episode 2 because they're like, look, I have better things to do with my time. There's so much good stuff out there to watch now. There's no reason for them to make time for that. They had a shot and they failed.
That's true. And then, okay, and there's also this other thing. See, Smallville went off the air about 4 years ago. But Smallville actually put a Supergirl on the air. With the exact same backstory. Came to Earth to protect Kal-El. Somehow he became older than her. And she was hot and awesome. I mean, she did things that, like, she flew and Clark was looking at her and like, I can't do that yet. And she was like, well, you're a punk. Yeah, I mean, like, she was cool. Right. That's what everyone was expecting from this. And what we got was Gossip Girl.
And she works for what is it, an ad agency or something?
It's like Glamour magazine.
It's some stupid crap, like some stereotypically female job to have. It's
works for a boss who, yeah, whatever. Okay, anyway, it's just not a good show.
It wasn't good. It was not good. The only saving grace is that they put the right amount of money into the special effects and the fights. The fights were pretty good for TV.
Her wire work sucked. Did you notice? She couldn't get her...
Walter, I'm trying to find something redeeming here.
the special effects were great, but her wire work sucked. Like, she couldn't even get her legs straight when she would go up to fly. Like, her legs were all bent and kind of crooked. It was weird. That was the last thing I noticed, and I had forgotten that until you said that about the special effects. But yeah, her wire work sucked. If you didn't pay attention to that before, go back and look at just like her flights now. Her wire work is terrible.
Oh my God, I'm flying. No, but the lasers were cool. I did like when she found the truck and she's like, "I got this." Boom! And she went to the truck, and they all like, "Oh God!" Like we all thought in the trailer, we thought, "Oh, she murdered that man."
Which would have been better.
That would have been better. That would have been a great way to do it. Like, okay, and go. Oh, he's dead. Yes. You know.
Yeah, but turns out he's like from a planet somewhere around Krypton, apparently.
Oh, and don't let them put Power Girl on there. They're going to be like, wait, she's older, and her name is still Power Girl. You know that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, but she'll be so much better and so much hotter until
she won't be. Really it'll be just her with like longer hair. You know that because
you're ruining everything about this show.
They don't want women to be sexual objects and objectified, so they will not bring a woman on who's super hot. You know this.
That's stupid.
That's what they're gonna do. This whole show is stupid.
I know that you're telling the truth. I just think that's dumb. Okay, realistically speaking, no hot woman that I know doesn't exploit it. None. There's no hot woman I know that doesn't exploit it. Heck, there's no halfway decent woman I know who doesn't exploit it. Heck, there's some ugly women I know who exploit it.
You can't have Supergirl be super hot because then that'll make other women feel bad.
The first outfit she came out in with the cutoff shirt, that's the one I would have gone with for this episode.
Yep. I sure would have. Like the outfit she had right before her final one, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
We can go with that one. The show isn't good. DC, you done messed up. You were doing good. But I should have known the moment I saw the first shots from Suicide Squad, I should have known, oh, that's it. The magic's over. So, someone else got back in control of DC.
No. Suicide Squad actually looks like it might be okay. Especially, I'm hoping that they're going to CG some stuff on Killer Croc, because Killer Croc is not supposed to be a normal size guy.
They won't. You know why? Because you want it to happen. They won't do it.
I mean, I don't want him to look like the Thing.
They will. He'll look just like that. With some fangs.
Don't do it.
They're going to.
Don't do it.
They're going to do it. It's done. They finished it as you were speaking.
Don't do it.
Point is, Supergirl wasn't that great. Now, in contrast, the Flash season finale
was awesome.
Was amazing. And the scene where Barry had to let his mom die, like, I didn't cry, but my heart felt like it wanted to.
Yeah, like, especially when older Barry looks over at the door and sees himself standing there, he's like, no.
You know. And Barry's like, no!
He's like, I know what you want to do, bro.
Right.
But you can't.
Right. We saw Killer Frost.
Yeah.
For like, Flash. Cisco got the word vibration said to him, which was like, oh! We saw Hawkgirl. We saw some of the people from the...
Oh, yeah, like the exotic-looking chick who was standing there looking up in the air.
That's Hawkgirl, yeah.
By
the way, her story will also probably be better than Supergirl's.
And she'll probably need
like, literally every other female character on DC TV is better than Supergirl.
Sarah Lance is coming back.
Yeah, and she'll also be better.
Yeah.
Laurel is better now.
Right?
Even as just a lawyer, she was a better character.
White Canary.
Like, she was annoying, but she had confidence in her annoyance. Like, she was drunk, she's like, I don't need you. Supergirl was like, I think I need you. Like, she was like Supergirl was in her room crying.
Eating ice cream.
Yeah, after her first loss, like, I can't do it. You were right. I'm going to sit in my room and cry. What?
After her first loss, she was like 4-1.
Yeah, it wasn't good. We're gonna have to keep watching it to see if it gets better. And we'll let you guys know if it gets better.
Unfortunately, there's going to be a 6-month gap before the actual first episode.
And maybe I'll forget how bad it was.
No,
it's Daredevil the movie bad. It's Fantastic Four's 1, 2, and the remake bad.
But it is not Steel bad.
No, it's still bad.
It's not Steel. Nothing is Steel bad. People who've seen I'm telling you, if you've seen Steel, there's nothing on the planet worse than Shaq trying to be a superhero. Nothing.
Yes, there is. Nothing. This girl from Glee trying to be a superhero. And what's it with Glee people getting superpowers now? That's 2 in a row now. The other shows, pull from other shows, please go somewhere else. You got lucky. with Grant Gustin.
Yeah, he really did.
You got
Grant Gustin
lucky.
was good because this is ridiculous. This is terrible.
That was like lightning striking. Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
See how I did that?
Up top.
Yeah. Boom! There's some good news though from our show last week when we had the question about the Digidestined.
Mm-hmm.
The correct answer, and I believe a couple people said this. It is 5. It is the 5 you saw in the beginning when the Digimon talked about there was others before the original 8. I don't know if it's 4 or 5. Whatever that number is, or that group that they talked about, that is the correct answer to the number of Digidestined. We're going to go back and look at the timestamps and everyone's responses, and then that person will get points. We're going to do a couple more questions between now and June, or between now and the end of June, and then we'll have our final tally then, and our super prize will be given out at that time. Walter, on camera, since I haven't asked you about it, do you have any questions for this week? I'm asking this on camera.
Right this moment.
And I will leave all your thinking time in.
Okay.
So, today's question is, which real-life feminist icon was the basis for Wonder Woman? Should be pretty easy to find out. This is a speed test. But there's a real woman who did some real stuff back in the day, and they based Wonder Woman off of her. So, you have till our next video to give us the answer. This one people might not know, because this takes more than comic book knowledge. This takes actual world knowledge.
Yeah, this is true.
So
that's going to be an interesting little thing for you guys to find out.
Oh, bonus points. If you can find out one thing about that person that has to relate to some sort of evil, you know, I'll give you extra points for that because it will make Walter upset.
It doesn't make me upset. That's Wonder Woman's
It
problem.
ties back into her husband, who is Superman. So that's it for this video, guys. We have an event next week up in Tustin, so the video may be early or late, depending on how that goes. And we have a couple events coming up in June. We have an award show we're attending that hopefully we come away with a good award. Yay! Mm-hmm. We're on a new website called Tapastic, which is where you can read comic books for free, all while supporting us by the ad revenue and whatnot. So there's that. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to us, because
tell your friends.
Yeah, tell all your friends, because we're so close to 1,000. We want it. Help us get there.
We want it bad.
Want it bad. So that's it for this week, guys. Until next time, we've been your host, Kirby Kid
and Black Superman.
See you later, guys.